knows everything about Star Wars, loves it.
1, 2, hey, there we are. We've got a good crowd today. Right, we're here to talk everything about... please
Dogs. It's an hour about dogs.
How's the show going for you so far?
Good. I just kind of got here, so I'm kind of just waking up. I'm excited about having my first injection of coffee. Chatting to all you guys. Hi.
Which is always good. We all need coffee. Where shall we start? You've had quite a varied career.
Yes.
Where did it all start for you? Where was the beginning? What was the genesis of you doing this as a career?
It was a film called About a Boy. And
Great film.
I was a kid, man. I was like, maybe, I feel like I just went to GCSEs, so I think I got the job when I was 15. I remember doing my GCSEs at the same time, something like that. So it was around then, yeah.
Yeah. And how did you get cast? It was the usual process of...
No. I was at boarding school, which was actually very like Harry Potter. It had like, without the houses, very artistic and no uniform. And when you got in trouble, you had to stay on the weekends. So I smoked. I was a child. I had like dread and lice and whatever. And I was always in trouble, and I always had to stay on weekends. And that weekend, we had a casting in the drama department, and the drama teacher saw me coming out of the bush, obviously having gone for a fag, and he was like, instead of getting me expelled, because I was in the last thread, it was the last bit, and I was like, maybe we should get it. Instead of getting expelled, I got a job.
Which is a good way to take
really, my life could have gone very differently if it wasn't that amazing teacher.
So that gave you the bug? Yeah. That gave you the bug? That was the thing that really hooked you into wanting to do this?
No. What put me into doing it was doing my first play when I was 19.
Oh wow, what was that play?
It was called Gone to Earth.
Yeah.
It was a theatre company called Shared Experience. I think they still do loads of stuff, and it's kind of very physical. It basically was like my drama school, I'd say.
Yeah.
We toured everywhere, all around England, all the big theatres, and it's like, oh, this is what it's about. This is the dopamine, lunatic adrenaline here.
Do you think you needed to do stage work? Because stage and screen are so different in the process. Do you think you needed that to really?
Yeah, I think definitely. For me, yeah, 100%. 100%. Or maybe like be a lead in a film, but I was doing all these smaller parts. Yeah. It was just kind of, it was a lot of waiting. I didn't really understand what's going on. Especially because you never film in sequence. And as a kid, I was just like, what is happening? I'm bored. And then suddenly did theatre, and it's like, oh, and it kind of all clicked into place.
Is that for an actor all strikes not acting a stitch of my life? That when you do a play, it's a linear thing. You're going from point A to Z. Whereas a film, it can be bouncing all over.
100%. Like one day you're filming the end, or you start with a random sex scene with someone you've never met. It's all bizarre,
Yeah.
But with theatre, it's kind of, and also you kind of work with everyone from ages, so you feel like a family. And I don't know, even if you're nervous, like on set you can get really nervous maybe, but on stage, because you're all together as a team, when the curtain goes up, you're like, we have to do this. We all have to depend on each other. We just do it, and it's a different thing.
A totally different sort of adrenaline.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's like playing music live versus recording it.
I suppose when you're on stage, you've just got to. If the line goes, somebody forgets their spot. That dude is so comfortable.
Yeah. She's bored now. She's bored. She's done. She's absolutely done.
You just got to wing it then, haven't you, on stage? You're just got to make it work.
Yeah, that is one of the scariest things. There are moments. It usually happens towards the end of and it happens actually as a musician as well. Because I've got a band called Molotov Jukebox, and it's like when you know a song so well, or when you've been doing a tour and your body is kind of on muscle memory and tired, that suddenly sometimes you're just blank and you're like, and there's nothing. You just zone out and you're like, oh my god, I don't know what to do. I've forgotten songs I've written and I've played a million times, and it's so scary.
You're singing the first verse 3 times.
It feels like 10 hours or an hour, but it's maybe 10 seconds, and you guys don't know. For you, it's like proper in the pit. It's like, what is happening?
You've been in some fantastic franchises.
Yeah.
How is that for you as an actor? Because you did these different roles, you've done theatre, you mentioned the music, I was going to get to that, so you mentioned the music, and so you've got all these different strings to your bow. You go to a franchise and that feels like a totally different world because you're entering something that's so big. Let's pick Potter for example, you walk into that, it's already established, it's a book, now it's a film.
Yeah.
How is that for you? You're slotting specifically into certain places in franchise films, aren't you?
I didn't really know what Harry Potter was when I joined it. I was just like, what is this? It was like the studios were just enormous. And then I kind of got into it. I think it's usually when you go to premieres or when you come to stuff like this, and like you're like, why? I can't believe you want my signature. Or like the premieres, which are just mad, and that's when you kind of it really hits you, like the kind of level that you've stepped up in something.
Yeah. And when you're in the mix of it, I guess it's a role like any other role.
Yeah, it's just a role like any other role. You get up really, really early. You hopefully have really lovely cast members, crew, and you just get on with it.
Yeah. And as a process, because that film was so big, all of them were so big, the franchise, there's fans all around this room today that love what you did and love that franchise. That's an additional thing as an actor that you don't go into acting to think that's something I'm going to get, but
yeah, absolutely not. It was like, I hope I will be able to pay my mortgage and have fun, and you know. So yeah, it's really amazing when you do get those jobs that can help you generate more work.
Yeah. Oh, that's an interesting thought. Yeah, I suppose it is. It's a profile thing as well, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, like Harry Potter, like that. You know, if I hadn't done that, maybe I wouldn't have got an American agent who then wouldn't. I mean, no, Game of Thrones was before that, but it's like it all generates towards something.
Yeah.
You know? And then, for example, you can, you know, you're in these franchises, but then you, because of that, maybe a cool director is like, I want to do an indie film with you. Yeah.
It does always seem like it's Robert Downey Jr. type goes one for the franchise, one for the Marvel, one for me.
Yeah.
Is that kind of how it goes?
Yeah, it can definitely be like that. Yeah. But actually, there's an element. I used to really panic about like, fuck, I need to work all the time. And weirdly, the pandemic really chilled me out.
In what sense?
In the sense of like, I realised past that, I'd made some good decisions. She hadn't spent all the money. She'd done some saving, and I'd made the. Actually, I'm going to be 40 this year, and it's like, I don't know, I want to be able, of course there's going to be jobs sometimes you're like, shit, I really need to make money, but actually, I'm getting to the point now, it's like, no, unless it's like really lovely people and a good job, why do it?
Yeah.
We're going to die one day, it doesn't make any sense.
That's true. So you were kind of living in the moment before, but now you're starting to think...
Yeah, and panic, and just always like, I need to work. When's the next thing? Weirdly, the pandemic kind of went like, actually, you've got this, and if you don't get this job, we say no to it, there'll be another one. Hopefully.
Well, yeah. So I suppose as an actor then, because you want to build a CV of work, a body of work, you want to show your versatility, and from a very practical point of view, you want to pay the mortgage. Now you feel like you're at a point where you can be a bit more judicious and go, you know, actually, I'm going to focus on that.
Yeah, and also I think because I've got other, now as I've got older, I've got other ways of generating money. It's not like the only thing. And I'm like, if I don't get this job, I'm going to die. And also, like, again, like in the pandemic, like, I started doing random jobs everywhere, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to starve. Like, actually, I can just go back to nannying or go dog walking or like, I don't know, help my fella do events. So there's always an element of something you can do.
Yeah. You mentioned Molotov Jukebox.
Yes.
Tell me a bit more about
that. It's a band that I've got. I play the accordion, and my fella plays the fiddle. And it's kind of a tropical gypsy band. Got lots of trumpets, tropical. I love it. Amazing. And it's very fun. It's very, very fun. We haven't written a new album in a while, and I'm hoping next year we're going to get that done. It's just, it costs a lot of money to make an album.
Yeah.
Especially the drummers, man. Getting a drummer. Everyone else you can record in a room, but drummer, you've got to get a studio, and you've got to get an engineer, and that's like 10 grand, like, you know.
And what was the genesis of that? You've always been into music? That's been your thing?
Yeah, I've been playing music since I was, I don't know, a baby. Child, yeah.
And what did you start playing?
Piano.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I did all the grades, and I was like, I hate. Because that's the thing, I was 5, like from the age of 3 to 5, I begged my mum, I was like, I want to play piano, I love rock and roll. And then actually, I started learning piano, and the only options are classical trained music that killed my love of everything.
Right.
And then like years later, I was in a play where I was a trapeze artist with an accordion, and it kind of regenerated my love for it. Because doing all the exams and everything, it's just, I don't know, for me it doesn't work.
Yeah. It's funny, we spoke to an artist, a lady over there yesterday, who in her art, didn't want to stick to the process. She wanted to discover it herself. Yeah. It kind of feels like the same thing.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Game of Thrones. Got to ask you about Game of Thrones. Monster franchise.
I'm just like rewatching House of the Dragon yesterday.
Yeah.
Such a horrible day yesterday. I was like, I'm gonna have chicken and rice and watch dragons. I'm gonna my chicken and rice pot. One pot, great for washing up. And yeah, I really love the new franchise as well, because I've forgotten it, so I really want to get in before I watch the next season.
As an actor in a show like that, this is totally off the cuff question. As an actor in a show like that, do you like to go and watch the whole thing and then see your part in it and kind of try and forget that it's you and take it in?
Actually, I was thinking I want to rewatch all of Game of Thrones again, because I did watch it each one when it came out, and then I'm like, I don't know, go to the kitchen and run away when my bit came out. I mean, you do have to watch it at least once, but it's just really, it's just a bit like, oh, I don't know. It's like getting a smear test. Do you know what I mean? Like you have to.
Well, I don't know what you mean, but I kind of know what you mean. Yeah. No, I always think that Samuel L. Jackson always says, when people say, because it's a common thing for actors, that I can't watch myself. And Samuel L. Jackson's like, hell yeah, I'll watch myself.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is, you do have to watch it. I think you learn by watching yourself.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do it on set because otherwise I think that I go mad.
Yeah,
a lot of actors kind of want to check stuff. Sometimes it's good for like positioning.
Yeah.
You know, like look, the director will be like, look at the monitor. See, when you come in there, can you come in a bit more there, and you know, and give the look. That kind of stuff is good.
Yeah.
But if I actually start to really watch it, I'm just gonna think I'm shit, and like my self-confidence on set will go. I've got to just be like, I'm this other person, and that's not real. You know, I don't want to watch it again.
Because you're worried you pull yourself out in the moment.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just judging myself.
Yeah. Ocean was quite a singular character, and she had a really interesting arc, and not the best end for her, obviously. How long were you on the show for? How many seasons was it?
I did 1, 2, 3, and then they brought me in to the 6th one. I was so excited when they brought me in, and they were like, "Oh, you're going to be back with Xi'an, who I already know quite well from something else."
Yeah.
Just 2 weeks, and I was like, "Really? 2 weeks, really? Just with that? Okay, I'm done. I'm dying. I'm 100% being killed." I really wanted to wait to I wanted to get to the end.
Yeah. But you have watched it all. You've seen it.
Yeah.
So you've enjoyed the whole run of just as a viewer, you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I like all of it. The last season didn't do it for me. I loved the first 4 episodes of the last season.
Yeah.
I feel like the last 4, I think, maybe, I don't know, it just went a bit weird for me. I really want to rewatch it because I really didn't like it the first time, but maybe if I watch it all as a kind of body, I'll get it more.
Yeah, I think so. I think these things are made for repeat viewing to a certain degree, aren't they? Yeah. So you're enjoying House of the Dragon?
Yeah, that's right. I really, in an ideal world, tonight I go home, it's my mate's birthday, and she just had a baby, so I have to see her.
Yeah.
And I've made some Florentines, so I've got to go. But I would love to go home on today and just like sit there and have a pizza and just watch more. I want to finish all the seasons this weekend.
You're a binger?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like when I get a day or a moment like that, I'm like, no. Or even sometimes when I'm just like cooking, that I quite like having like series on and just like, it kind of relaxes me.
What's your go-to binge show then?
Oh, I don't have one. Whatever's like the next thing that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Quite eclectic.
Yeah, 100%. Whatever's like there, I'm open to it.
Oh, that's good. That's good. You were also in The Mandalorian.
Yes, I was.
We're rather excited about that because we're Star Wars folks. So how did that come along? Because you're in fairly early on in season 1, so it's all gearing up. It was a massive thing for Lucasfilm to take a chance on doing this, and obviously they come to you. How did that process all come about?
I don't know. I just got that weirdly. I just got the job. That's one of the few. Spain, I get offered a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But this was the first one out of nowhere where my American was like, they want you to just come. They just want you to be this woman. I'm like, who is this? And I kind of didn't know what they were, so I kind of rewatched some of the old Star Wars. I was like, oh, great.
You were in the Star Wars?
No, I hadn't watched it for a while. So,
right.
But I did come to it late, actually. I think it was only 10 years ago that I watched all of them.
What was the starting point for you with watching those? Can you remember which order
I
you
watched them in order.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I watched them, which order? I watched them in time order. I watched them in time. Oh god. I watched them in the order they were made.
Fair enough. That's as good an order as any. Oh, what I mean, obviously now you've watched them, you know what they're about, and now somebody comes along and says you're going to be a part of this. What were your thoughts then? Because there's franchises, and you've been in a few, so maybe it's not Virgin Waters for you, but it's always a big deal.
It is. I mean, I was really excited to be part of it. I would have loved to be part of the film, and I hope I come back. That's like my... Because I'm not dead.
No.
So maybe I'll come back.
You should. You're one of the first people as well of a certain bunch of actors that got to work on the volume and work with all that technology as an actor, because it's so new. It's something that a lot of people aren't familiar with, and there's processes to doing it. You don't see what we see on the final product on the screen. There's different things going on. What was that like for you? Instead of standing in front of a blue screen?
No, they don't have that. No, they don't do that anymore. They've got like, it was like magic. Because obviously on Harry Potter it was all a massive green screen. Like a room like this, which is all green, and like a massive camera like a dinosaur. And, you know, and Harry Potter was a ball. And it was all a bit mad. Whereas Star Wars, I walk in and it's like, it's a massive screen, and it kind of looks like diamonds. And you realise it's all tiny, tiny little screens. And they go on, and they use the science behind gaming.
Yeah.
It's incredible. So you're on set, and it's like, everything's there. It's like all projected, it all feels real, and as the camera moves, everything moves with it, and you're like, this is amazing. This is magic. Science and magic.
And as an actor, that's got to help you.
Yeah, 100%.
Being immersed in the world.
Yeah. I mean, visually being like, okay, this is what everything is. Rather than you doing this green screen the whole time, like someone's down there with a microphone. Right, so yeah, Harry Theory left. Yeah, you're excited now. You're passing like Big Bet, and you're like, okay, you're kind of trying to act and think and imagine, and this is just like it's all there.
Yeah. So in terms of direction, you're not being fed what you see. You are literally.
You're literally seeing it. Yeah.
Yeah. And Xi'an, I mean, she's quite spiky. Your character.
Yes.
She's full on. How was it getting into the role of that? Because she's not. There's no filter on this character. She's really quite full on.
I can't remember. I mean, I kind of went for it. I think a lot of it when you've got like the gear. Yeah. I think also that day 2 I had to do the day 2 of filming. I had to do the fight scene.
Yeah.
So I got there and I immediately had a prosthetic test, and I had like loads of like knife tests, and I was like, the physicality that really helps. I'm like, oh, okay, this is how she's gonna move, and it kind of then built into that with the kind of visual stuff.
Yeah, and the prosthetics, you mentioned that. I mean, that's always a challenge for the prosthetics. It's quite a challenge for a lot of actors. How was it for you?
No, this one was fine, man. And actually, so I've done stuff in America where just normal, natural beauty makeup.
Yeah.
It's a fucking hour and a half. Hour and a half. Whereas this woman, Xi'an, was an hour.
Really?
Yeah, an hour. Being purple.
Yeah.
Do all the stuff, the teeth, the thing, an hour.
And on set, are you purple? Because I know the cameras can pick up different things. Are you actually the purple
I was
we saw?
purple, yeah, I was purple, yeah.
How did you feel about that?
Love it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? Well, being the berries are cool, it's good.
It's great.
And then, of course, all these franchises, Game of Thrones and Harry Potter and Star Wars and such, brings you to places like this.
Yeah.
I guess it's a bonus. A lot of actors don't get that. They don't land in those kind of things.
I know, yeah, and I also I love the fact that because basically as an actor, an actor once told me it's really lucky if you keep one good mate from each job, and even if you keep a good mate from that job, you're like, oh mate, come to my birthday. It might be a once a year thing rather than like seeing them regularly because we'll have live, we get taken into places. I love conventions to get to see my mates again from these jobs.
Yeah.
And we get to meet all of you guys, and sometimes, like I live in London, but sometimes they're in all these other cities, and you're like, wow, I've never been to this place, it's great. And I love my manager, he's really fun.
Well, that's good. Is it a thing where actors do lots of jobs and it's a one role here, one role there, and you don't get to connect with people as much, whereas maybe if you do a franchise thing, you do get to connect with actors more or crew more?
No, I don't think it makes a difference.
No?
No, because I think I've done some indie films where it's like, those people, because it's such a small set, become absolute family. And there's like franchises that because it's so big, it's just like, I don't know anyone here.
Yeah, because you're in the trenches together trying to make it work.
Yeah.
Do you kind of prefer that? Do you like that?
I like both options.
Yeah. You were also in Black Mirror.
Oh God. That's been a while, yeah. Wow.
I mean, that's quite the show. That's got...
Yeah. I find it a bit anxiety-inducing sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you guys get that? Like, you watch an episode, you're like, oh God, no. It's like too much. And it's so well written and so well done that it's almost like a horror movie, basically. That's
interesting you say about it being so well written. Do you feel an extra responsibility when you pick something up on the page and go, wow, that nails it? Does that weigh on you a little bit?
Say it again?
If you read the script and you think this is absolute gold, is that more of a pressure on you? Or do you just still...
No, I mean, I'm just scared, whatever. But if it's a good script, it's really exciting.
Yeah. And you're happy just to go for it?
Yeah.
And you like throwing yourself into roles. I mean, clearly, just full on.
I think every actor does, otherwise they wouldn't... You can't not, basically, I think. Doing this profession, you have to.
Yeah. So the randomness, the variety, that's what makes it all work. Because you get some actors who've been in, I don't know, I'm not picking on shows, but Coronation Street for 60 years, and that's great, but if you want to do variety...
Well, I think it was much harder in the old days, even like in my lifetime, to be able to do stuff like Coronation Street and then go into other stuff. Whereas now I think an actor could very easily have a good, solid job, like Shameless. Those people
totally
those jobs, and then when there's a bit of time off from filming, they can go film a film.
Yeah,
it's changed because of all the platforms that are open now. It's really made actors be able to do other stuff and not be pigeonholed. No, you're a theatre actor. You're a Coronation. So I think it's made it a bit better.
And the delineation, I'm not picking on Corrie, by the way, I love Corrie. The delineation between film and TV has narrowed tremendously.
Yeah, 100%. I remember being when I first started out, I was like, look, I'm only going to do film or theatre. I remember thinking that when I was like 20.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, no, that's mental. Like, I would love to get a good series, you know?
Yeah.
With, like, regular, Monday to Friday, you feel like a normal person.
Yeah. You'd be ready for that if something...
Yeah, I've done it in the past and it's really nice.
Yeah.
You can plan your week. I'm like, oh my god, okay, work Monday to Friday, Saturday I'll do softball, Sunday I'll go to the pub. You know, you can actually plan a universe, whereas usually we're actually like, I have no idea what's going to happen next week.
I think when Ewan McGregor did Kenobi, it was filmed quite close to where he lived, and he said he loved that he could just go home and chill with the family.
Walk home, great, it's wonderful.
John Wick 4.
Yes.
How was that? I mean, that another franchise. There's another massive franchise.
That was, I mean, that again was, actually that was another offer that just offered it to me. Chad, the director, is amazing.
Right.
I can completely see why him and Keanu Reeves have worked together over and over again because they're clearly really good mates. And that makes the vibe on set wonderful.
I was going to say that must make a difference when the creatives are cool and calm. It doesn't pass the tension down to the crew and the cast.
Like, and especially I think because he comes from a stuntman universe, how he kind of comes to being a director is very different to other directors.
Yeah.
He's coming from a different angle. And it's I thought it was a really positive, really fun, healthy angle.
So it's a different choreography, if that makes sense. It's a different...
It's not how he spoke to you or how he directed. It's just like how his brain is thinking in a different way.
Is there anything you've not done yet that you would really like to take a punt at? Because in my research I saw you once busked on the underground. That's not easy. It's in my research it said that you once busked on the underground.
Yeah, I mean I bust loads. I bust so much in my life, yeah.
And that's hard work. That's not an easy thing, is it?
No, it's not. I think actually every musician should do it.
Yeah.
Because it's a really good training for people that when they utterly ignore you, just stop caring. So now, you know, then you go on stage and it's like, okay, no one likes us, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And it's really good practice, I think.
And lose yourself in the music.
Yeah.
So is there anything you've not done yet that you would like to try?
In my life?
Generally, yeah.
I want to jump out the plane this year.
Okay. With a parachute?
Yeah,
okay.
Hopefully,
Just want to qualify that.
Not like one of those squirrel bat suits, no, or dead, no. I want to try it, yeah, that's something I want to do. There's so many series that I watch and I'm like, I want to do that! White Lotus, I'd love to be in White Lotus, that's a great series. I'd like to do it in a Bond film.
Yeah.
I would love, you know, I really want to do some sort of, it's been a while, but I suppose Game of Thrones is like that, but it's period. But I was a medieval bag lady. I didn't get to wear like cool outfits. I'd quite like to do some kind of mad period drama. Even like how they start to do like the new Bridgerton world and how they're bringing in old stuff and making it sexy.
Yeah.
Something like that would be fun.
And what's going on with you right now? Not literally right now, but what's sort of the current thing that's going on?
I can't talk about it.
Okay.
Well, I do have a job, but I don't. Oh, no, I can. What day is it today?
It is Saturday.
No, the 5th? 6th?
Yeah, 6th.
Yes, I can. Okay, there's a series that's going to be amazing, and it's on the BBC, and it's called Riot Women, and it's one of the best things I've read in a long time. It's going to be so good. I'm just a tiny little part in it, but yeah, watch out for that.
You heard about it here first. Brilliant, fantastic. Have we got time? Are you okay taking a couple of questions from the
Yeah,
audience?
of course. If anyone's got questions, fuck it.
Are we happy to go? We've got a microphone roving around, so if anyone's got a couple of questions, pop your hands up. Time is now. Here we go. Guy down the front.
Hello.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello. Really nice to meet you, by the way.
I'm deaf.
I was just
Oh,
saying. Yeah, sorry. I think it was me then.
Yeah.
Really nice to meet you. My question is, obviously you've been in some amazing franchises. Do you have a particular favourite role or favourite kind of job, I guess, that you've worked on?
No. Well, there are some jobs that like I don't know. Weirdly, like what year are we? 24.
Yeah.
Okay, 2013. I had this magic summer where I did 2 amazing films, and I remember that. Weirdly, I remember it so well because one of them was in London for the whole month in London, and it was sunny every day. I remember getting early going for a run. It was like one of those beautiful summers that I remember, and I had some amazing gigs that summer as well. And it was called Super Bowl, and I loved that. And then I went straight from doing that to Spain to do my first Spanish film, 10,000 Kilometers. Those 2 jobs, like when I think of that summer, yeah, I remember actually when I finished those 2 jobs and I got back in September, I had like a mini depression for a week. I was like, what? that was like one of the best summers of my life. How am I meant to move forward in my life? And now winter, you know, yeah, so then, those two.
And is it random little things that stick with you when you do a production? Is it the moments offset that work, or is it the moments when you're rehearsing, or is there every little moment you go, oh, I remember that so well?
Yeah, of course, but it's not one specific thing. It can be any of those. It depends on the job.
And now, like you say, 2013 was such a good year. Now you kind of feel like you're chasing that kind of cool vibe.
I remember it, yeah, so vividly that year.
Yeah.
I'm getting old now, and you're like, that was a good year. Fuck me.
You're not getting old. Have we got any more questions?
I didn't know.
Here we go.
Oh, hello again.
I think I know what this might be about.
Hi. Hello. First of all, thank you for everything you do.
Thank
You're
you
such
as
an
well.
inspiration. Every time I see you, I bring you the love from all your fans all around the world. Today, especially from Melania in Italy. She's been through a very difficult health period, and she saw you just before she went through that. So she was really happy to see you.
I hope
now
she
she's
gets
better.
Yes.
So my question is, because you've done a lot of space thing with Origin as well, and then
Sorry?
a lot of space stuff.
Space. Yeah.
Origin, and you love sci-fi.
Yeah.
And you've done Star Wars as well. Is there any other sci-fi series that you would like to be in?
I mean, I really wanted to be in World when they made the film. They called it Silo. I was heartbroken.
Yes, I texted to
I
him,
was
and he said that
heartbroken.
he might call you.
Oh, I was heartbroken. But yeah, weirdly, I like a lot of the Foundation looked really cool as well. I haven't watched that yet. Oh God, there's so many. I can't even think. I will say though, I never want to go to space. I think space is terrifying. I don't want to go there. It is cold and dark and there's no air, and I don't understand. It's terrifying. But I love sci-fi.
No interest in following William Shatner up into space?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I want a picnic on the heath. That's good.
You'll skydive, you'll go to a certain point.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And sea, I love the sea. Up? No.
The sea's full of sharks, it's overrated. Any more questions? Oh, chap at the back, there you go. Mike's just coming to you, Mike's just behind you. Microphone's just, yeah. There you go.
Hi.
Hi there. I do remember we made a film together called Stalker back in 2019.
Yes!
Do you know if that's coming out yet at all?
I have no idea. I haven't seen it yet. But weirdly, I saw Marco. So our director, Mark said, I saw like, oh, it's already come out. It's somewhere. It's somewhere on Amazon. Where iTunes? Where I have no idea. This woman knows. This woman. Find her. She knows.
You've got the best agent you'll never really have. It's perfect. Chap, there you go.
Oscar.
Chap over here. Final question, yeah, just coming to you. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Firstly, huge fan. Absolutely love the
thank
work.
you.
Absolutely amazing. I told two of my students, because I'm a teacher, I told them that I was going to meet you today.
What do you teach?
Drama, performing arts, and
Yay!
music, and I'm a special needs teacher as well. So I teach lots of different things. But one question we all want to know is, what was your best moment from Harry Potter? Was there anything that really stood out to you on the set? Was there anything that was really particularly really cool? Yeah.
The broomstick flying. The green room that I said when it was like a massive green room. I loved that. I loved it. I was on this massive weird like kind of contraption that like moved like you're in a fairground and like sexy men blowing hot air at me, and I found it really fun to like kind of use my imagination like Harry Potter's a ball, tennis ball. I also love just hanging out with the animals. Like when I was bored on set and I'm so much waiting, I'd go for a walk to the animal sanctuary bit and there's loads of owls. It's just like, it was so good. I got to pet them. Like, I just go and hang out there, so I really like that part as well. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank
Good
you,
luck
everyone.
being teacher drama. Yes.
Can I just say it's wonderful to have a Star Wars actress on stage bringing a dog, because Carrie Fisher always used to bring Gary, so it's just nice to see a Star Wars actress with a dog on stage.
She's done, man. She always watched the rest of House of the Dragon as well. Thank you. Well, thank you guys so much. Thank you for listening and asking questions and being here.
Thank you.